found on a bar stool away from my hometown. She causes misery, I don't need to be back in that state when she's around. I know where I can go that's best for me. I'm not there, it's difficult, you see. Take the eggs out of Texas, bet you my guess is I'll pack up and leave Tennessee. I'll head back home to that Lone Star State. If she completely leave me, my life would be so great. I know that's where I need to be. I'm up here to keep my sanity. Take the eggs out of Texas, bet you my guess is I'll pack up and leave Tennessee. Out the best. Too many complications way out west. That's where she broke my heart, tore my world apart. She still wants more than I don't have. There's friends at home I sure love to see, but there's a problem out there that I don't need. Take the eggs out of Texas, bet you my guess is I'll pack up and leave Tennessee. I'll head back home to that Lone Star State. If she completely leave me, my life would be so great. I know that's where I need to be. I'm up here to keep my sanity. Take the eggs out of Texas, bet you my guess is I'll pack up and leave Tennessee. Take the eggs out of Texas, I won't be affected living up here in Tennessee.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome to Kelly.
Monday, I was dragging like a rusty old wagon. Tires all flying, got it down back. This late night red eye overtime habit. Tuesday, Wednesday, no better. Thursday, felt like forever. This struggle bus gotta lead to something. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. The weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a past blue and thank the good Lord for this part. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance. Staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. Put my lips on a long neck, drink a little of my paycheck. Jackpot jukebox when I hear that throwback. George Jones takes me way back like a Kodak. And I'm smiling 'cause you're right on time. And finally, hello Friday, I could kiss you. The weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a past blue and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello Friday, I could kiss you. Hello Friday, I could kiss you. The work weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a Pabst or two and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello Friday, I could kiss you. The weekend really gets me in the mood. Hello Friday, I could kiss you.
Her name is Shayna G with our Friday anthem song. It is called Hello Friday. We are glad it's here, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? Get you ready for the weekend with the best in new country music. And Jason Breedlove, kicking on off with his brand new single tonight, Take the X Out of Texas. Well, welcome to Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world, and we've got a great live show for you tonight. KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com is the website. Go over there and hang out for just a little bit, maybe the next 3 hours. How about that? We're going to be on till 10 p.m. Central Time tonight, and I've got a couple of great radio interviews in the program as well. At the bottom half of this first hour, Bertie Nichols, she is from Arizona, is going to join us on the program. And then in hour number 2, Luke J. Lett, he is from New Brunswick. He's going to join us on the program in hour number 2. You're going to get to hear the stories behind their songs and, of course, New Country's Best on the radio tonight. I've got a great bunch of stations that play this program. I want to give them a big shout out as well. We've got KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, down to roadradio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Tailgate Country Radio in Canada, 94.3, Radio 94.3 in Sweden, Soundwave1Radio.com, Hot and Funky Radio, KWradio.com, and of course you can catch the Tim Kelly Show on all the major streaming platforms like iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you stream music. Just Google search the Tim Kelly Show. Go about 15 pages deep and you'll find us on everything, ladies and gentlemen. How about Wes Ryan? We're going to get him out to the world right now with a great tune called 18 Years. Wes Ryan on the Tim Kelly Show for KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Crack white fence and a sun-fade swing. I remember those days in my dreams. Water balloon fights and Tonka trucks. Boys with grass-stained knees and paper cups. She had cherry lips and a snow cone tongue. We were lightning bolts, we were way too young. Swore we'd never change a single thing. With sunburned skin and cut-off jeans. We counted days like they never passed, and lived like them would always last. We had 18 years, one at a time, outrunning sunsets on our dirt bikes. Blueberry hands and a bass to steel, that lake swing thrill and a kiss so real. Fire in the field and a song too loud, cooling off when the clouds poured down. Time moved fast, but we didn't know. Back then the world was small, but we had it all. We had 18 gone, and it didn't take long. We grew paths took different roads. Life carried us away like a river flows. Faded pictures in a memory frame. The streets we walked never quite the same. We lost touch as the years rolled on, but every now and then I hear some song and it takes me back to those summer skies. Before we learned that time just flies. We didn't know the magic fade like tire tracks in a summer rain. We had 18 years, one at a time, melting snow cones, her hand in mine. Foul ball pop-ups and barefoot pride, bonfire sparks that lit our nights. A rope swing launch and a breath held tight, everything golden, that firefly light. Time moved fast, but we didn't know we were riding a story we'd never outgrow. We had 18 years, then it was gone. It didn't take long. There's no swing to swing on and the fence leans in, but I still hear their laughs in the wind. Ooh. We had 18 years, one at a time, wrote our names in chalk and crossed that line. From kids with bikes to hearts full grown, still feel her in my skin and bones. The world moved on, but I still hold on to every warm breeze and every song. We had 18 years, then it was gone, and it didn't take long. Before the goodbye, before we knew what we had was rare and true. We had 18 years, then it was gone, and it didn't take long.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
In a cabin on the hill, said I wouldn't make it and I never will. So I set out to prove them wrong. Picked up this old guitar, walked outside and wished on a star. Then I wrote this country song, and it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong when you write your life into a country song. A few months later on a Nashville street, a hard-headed boy with a bag of dreams waited my turn to take the stage. Well, I know tonight that I play for free. This is where I was meant to be, with a hope that'll never fade. 'Cause it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong when you write your life into a country song. Standing up here and looking at the crowd, laughing and smiling and singing out loud. This is right where I belong, living my life like a country song. Y'all sing along, 'cause it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seems to flow on and on. It's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong. It's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong when you write your life into a country song.
is my good friend Craig Hendricks. That is one of his latest singles from his brand new album that is out everywhere, and it is Life in a Country Song. I don't know how you can wrap that up in 3 minutes and 7 seconds, but he pulled it off, ladies and gentlemen. And we just wrapped up a great radio interview a couple of weeks ago. We did an Indie Wednesday special, and you can check out my latest interview with Craig Hendricks in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. That tab is at the top of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. We're going to put 2 more interviews in there from tonight's show as well, so be sure to check that out if you are missing the live show. But if you're going to hear them live, they're coming up. The first one is coming up with Bertie Nichols here in just a few more songs. I will be interviewing this next gentleman I'm going to play in just a little while this coming summer. Terrence Hart is who he is. The song is called This Town on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
I remember sometime many years ago when the roads were quiet everywhere I'd go, when the fields stretched wide far as I could see, when the children were playing so peacefully. Seems like the sun's got a little brighter, feels like the water's got a bit more colder, seems like the time passes way more faster, feels like I ain't getting any younger. This town keeps growing on me, I'm like where I wanna be. This town's like no other place, it puts a smile on the face. This town's like sweet love song, got my heart beating strong. Now the streets are filled, voices in the air, neon lights are shining, music everywhere. Still the old oak stands where it used to be, a reminder of all that it means to me. This town keeps growing on me, I'm right where I wanna be. This town's like no other place, it puts a smile on my face. This town's like sweet love song, it got my heart beating strong. When my time has come, I'll be on my way. I still hear the laughter of the songs we'd play. There's a magic here nothing can replace. In my heart, this town always have a place. Seems like the sun's got a little brighter, feels like the water's got a bit more colder, seems like the time passes way more faster, feels like I ain't getting any younger. This town keeps growing on me, I'm right where I wanna be. This town's like no other place, it puts a smile on my face. This town's like sweet love song, it got my heart beating strong. This town, this town.
Hey y'all, this is Ashley Ewing, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best.
$100. I'm gassing up my old pickup truck tonight to come and pick you up. I'm gonna throw the hammer down, point my truck toward that big old town tonight. We're gonna get wound up. Yeah, we're gonna meet our friends in the parking lot. Pass the jar, have a few more shots. Head inside the bar, we're gonna crank it up. Yeah, tonight we're gonna get tore up. We're gonna dance around like some barroom fools, fall down and get back up. Yeah, tonight we're gonna throw them down. Yeah, there ain't no place I'd rather be tonight. We got the music cranked in the woods, cooked a pig in the ground, and we're eating good tonight. Just a few of us. The beer's cold and the shine is made. It'll be worth all the hell we raise tonight until the sun comes up. Yeah, we're gonna tell some jokes and build a big old fire. Pass the guitar, gonna sing a while. Tell some stories, yeah, we'll make some memories. Yeah, tonight we're gonna get tore up. We're gonna dance around like some backwoods fools, fall down and get back up. Yeah, tonight we're gonna throw them down. Yeah, there ain't no place I'd rather be tonight. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna act crazy for a little while. Give us an inch, we're gonna take that mile. When we pull out the jar, it gets a little wild. Yeah, tonight we're gonna get tore up. We're gonna dance around like some redneck fools, fall down and get back up. Yeah, tonight we're gonna throw them down. Yeah, there ain't no place I'd rather be tonight. Yeah, there ain't no place I'd rather be tonight.
His name is Toby May. The song is called Tonight. There is no place I'd rather be than hanging out with you fine folks tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio, and y'all listening to the Tim Kelly Show. Thanks for being here tonight. I sure do appreciate it. You can catch me live right now on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. I'm also live on my Facebook account, and I am live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio. Also live on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air. I am everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We've got chat rooms over there on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok. Come in and say hello to us. Tell us where you're listening from. And we got lots of fine folks that we're already visiting with. And you can see the Face for Radio on camera, and you can also see it on my T-shirt that I'm wearing tonight as well, supporting the Tim Kelly Show. And thank you for doing the same. I sure do appreciate it. We're going to play one more song, and then my first radio interview of the evening is going to take place with Bertie Nichols from Arizona. Sonny Lee is making his radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show. The song is called Change of Heart. Don't change the channel. We got lots more coming up on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
over. You found another man. You've been seeing for a month now, and there's been a change in plans. When I told you that I loved you, I couldn't bear to be apart. I was hoping you would turn to me and have a change of heart. A change of heart. Sometimes all we need is a change of heart. In God's eyes will be this one, a song of love that can be sung, and our battles will be won with a change of heart. There was a young man in Memphis with stars in his eyes. They say he'd never make it. All they did was criticize. He asked himself 1,000 times, why did I even start? Then the world caught on with a change of heart. A change of heart. Sometimes all we need is a change of heart. In God's eyes will be this one, a song of love that can be sung, and our battles will be won with a change of heart. Two different lives, two different stars. Two worlds collide with one change of heart. A change of heart. Sometimes all we need is a change of heart. In God's eyes will be as one, song of love that can be sung, and our battles will be won with a change of heart. A change of heart. Change of heart. Change of heart. A change of heart.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is New Music Friday. I'm playing the best in new country music, and we have a couple of great radio interviews today as well. Bertie Nichols is on the program. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for doing the program. I appreciate your time, and you are from the state of Arizona.
Yes, I am.
Born and raised?
Born and raised.
How
yes.
about that? Lots of great inspiration for country music out there, and you like the country western style of music. I love that.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, exactly. I was telling you off the air, I love westerns and western movies so much, I had to put a western channel on my website, too, so you can watch some of those movies that were shot in Arizona, the John Wayne and Clint Eastwoods and all that good stuff.
Love John Wayne.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about growing up in Arizona and your love for country music.
Well, as one should know, Arizona is very much so a desert, especially more in the southern area. But I love Arizona. Growing up, you hear a lot about different legends that exist, and I would say you learn a lot more of the Western, American West history that goes on. So more so than I would say maybe some people who are further out east. And well, there's a lot of horse people. So I learned how to ride horses very early on because I was obsessed and I just love horses.
Yeah.
So I just had to learn how to ride, and that was still one of my favorite things to do.
That is awesome. And are there a lot of Indian reservations out there too, and Indian tribes still to this day?
Yes, there are. You drive. There's a section in Prescott, and you drive through. There's a Target, and what else? Oh, there's one of the movie theaters up there is also on the reservation.
Uh-huh. Wow, how about that? I spent 20 years in southeast Oklahoma before coming to Branson, and there's still that there too. A lot of Indian reservations and Indian tribes and Indian benefits for those who have the, Indian blood, and they can prove it in this, what they call it, CDIB cards and things like that. So, there's a lot of that still, that reminds us of those old Western type things, and keeping that heritage going, man. I love seeing that too, because we've all got that blood in us probably to some degree, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. You've definitely got the music in your blood, and we're going to hear that today on the program. You got some great songs, and I'm sure glad you found me.
I'm too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet. It says that you have music that reflects your grit, grace, and timeless traditions that make the West so special. And it still is, isn't it, to this day? I was telling you off the air, my uncle lives out there in Scottsdale, Arizona area, and I've been there many times, and in around the Camelback Mountains and all of that. There's just so much beauty out there. It's unreal.
Oh, yes. I love it. It just makes me so happy every time I go out and see and just get to look at everything. Yeah,
absolutely. And this brand of country music, particularly called outlaw country, has its own genre, and you love that one too. The stories about the cowboys and the outlaws and all that good stuff.
Oh yes.
Who's one of your favorite outlaws?
Oh, well, I got to say Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
I went and saw his grave. I think he's buried in New Mexico, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
yeah,
he is.
We went and saw his grave a long time ago when I was selling insurance with a buddy of mine. We got New Mexico license for the insurance that we were selling, and he wanted to go see the grave of Billy the Kid, and we did that.
Yeah, we went and stopped by too when we were driving through one time. That was really cool.
Yeah. And Chisholm, the great movie with John Wayne that I have on my website. If you want to see some Billy the Kid, he's in that one too. So that is awesome. As a kid growing up, how old were you when you wanted to start singing and doing something in the world of country music?
Well, I had already been doing a bunch of music and performing since I was maybe about 3.
Oh, wow.
So I love to perform. I love to be on stage. And I guess I didn't quite make the connection until, I would say maybe right after I started riding horses, which was around 6.
Uh-huh.
Because I thought, oh, wait, I can put those two together. And that's also part of the reason why I learned how to play guitar. I taught myself because, I mean, what cowboy who loves country music doesn't know how to play guitar?
Exactly. That's what they do, is sitting around the campfires, isn't it? Playing guitars and singing country music. Yeah, there you go. I love that. And, so at a very young age, you started singing, performing, and riding horses, and teaching yourself how to play the guitar is amazing to me. I always ask that question, if you took lessons or were self-taught, but yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and Birdie, let me ask you about your name. My ex-wife had an Aunt Birdie, and that's kind of an older name. Was it you probably named after a relative or something like that?
Actually, it was because I used to make any kind of noise, and I would just start humming and singing stuff all the time. So, and I taught myself how to whistle too, so my parents always called me Birdie.
How about that? It's the first thing we hear when we wake up in the morning and God gives us another day, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
We hear the birdies out there. We're going to hear the birdies tonight. Birdie Nichols, it is great having you on the program. Your music is great. Now, tell us about songwriting, too. Did you write the songs that we're going to play tonight?
Oh, Totally, of
Totally.
course.
How did you get in? How did you get into songwriting? I'm always intrigued about it. I love talking about it on this program.
Well, I did again. It's going to be. I love to perform, and I would write poems, and I would also write. I would write like songs, mini songs. Before I could actually write down the words I was trying to say. So I didn't know how to spell half of what I was trying to write down, and my mom would be like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm writing a song." She's like, "Okay, what are you saying?" And so she would write it down for me. But I guess because I love music, I thought, hey, I can make some myself. So I did.
How about that? Now, did you take any music courses when you got a little bit older and went to school?
Actually, I did take a little bit of music theory when I was before high school, and then in high school we had a rock band. It was called Commercial Music Ensemble, and we played everything from Stevie Wonder to Dolly Parton, John Mayer. We even played like Ozzy Osbourne too. We did everything.
Oh, wow.
So I learned a lot of other types of music as well that I was maybe not so like super knowledgeable of.
Right. But that brings up this question too, because you may be like me. You might have a lot of different musical influences, not just country music. I got into country because of that 90s country, coming up, those guys from Oklahoma. That's what converted me to wanting to do country radio, because it was just so good and tells so great stories. But you may have, like I started DJing 80s music in Chicago, REO Speedwagon, Madonna, Heart. Those groups really got me.
Yeah, I would say in terms of country music, I love Johnny Cash and I love Dolly Parton and early Chicks. Like their album "A Home" was one of my favorites. But in terms of non-country music, I love 21 Pilots, which I like the way they write their songs. Sometimes they're different as well. I do also love Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nice.
So their Californication is a great album. I listen to that especially whenever I'm with my dad.
Yeah. So when we go see Bertie Nichols in a live show, is that some of the music that you incorporate in your shows too, or? I
incorporate also Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac.
Now you're talking.
Oh yeah, she's also major influence. I love the way she writes too.
Yeah.
It's just incredible, and I just have to represent her. So I play some of her songs.
Absolutely. I'll show you my age a little bit. She was the Stevie Nicks with the band Fleetwood Mac, and then the Steve Miller Band were the first 8 tracks that I had in my car, my very first car.
Oh wow.
That's been a day or two ago.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let me ask you, do you have any brothers and sisters? If so, are any of your siblings musically inclined like you?
Oh yeah, I got an older brother. He plays the cello. He's an amazing cellist. And he also, I would go see him perform in the orchestra, and just whenever he was performing, that's another reason to love music, is I could hear classical music and listen to my brother play.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Boy, that's an interesting genre, isn't it?
It is. It's long, but it certainly keeps you awake most of the time.
Yep, keeps your attention, and those are interesting too, because we've got a guy here in Branson that does classic and opera, and he's performed all over the world. And and it really took off here in Branson. He's been here for a number of years, and so you never know what you're going to see here in Branson. And we've been talking off the air about this Branson Opry thing that I'm trying to get going, and we'd love to do an Opry style show for the folks here in Branson, where they can get to be introduced to somebody like you, who they really have never heard of, but yet your music is so good and it's resonating with people, and you're getting lots of radio airplay and good feedback.
Yes, I would love to do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. The first song we're going to play is fantastic, No Cattle Kind of Cowboy. Tell us about it.
Well, No Cattle Kind of Cowboy, it's based off of the saying in Texas that's all hat and no cattle.
Uh-huh.
Which there's a lot of you can find those types of people sometimes everywhere, but I mainly took that saying, and I took a lot of what people were telling me when I was first learning to ride, their hurtful and their helpful words, and I put it into this song to really make No Cattle Kind of Cowboy kind of more authentic to what someone would say if they really did confront someone like that.
That's awesome. Now, growing up, is your dad maybe a cattle rancher, or your grandpa or somebody like that, and you grew up on a farm in a big cattle ranch?
No, actually, again, I just loved, I loved horses, so I really wanted to learn how to ride, so we went and found an old, she wasn't really old, but she was a tough woman, and she was awesome, and she was an amazing cowgirl, cattle woman, and she had her own cattle. She would retrain horses who were maybe needed a little bit more love, a little bit more training, and she taught me a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That is awesome. You know, George Strait has 60 #1 hits, but he's a real cowboy, too. He actually got called off of his ranch to fill in for a performer that got sick, and that's how the rest of his career kind of got launched. When Eddie Rabbitt couldn't make it to the Houston Livestock and Rodeo Show in 1983, George Strait replaced him, and that's how he really got discovered.
Oh, wow.
But
Actually, I didn't know that. That's cool.
He loves to cut horses, probably still to this day. So he is a true cowboy. Don't just sing it. And what a career, and that's the goal of you guys, isn't it? And you yourself, to be able to, 25, 30 years from now, we're talking about your music and it resonates with people, that it becomes classic.
Yes.
That is awesome. Well, we're going to play Bertie Nichols' No Cattle Kind of Cowboy, and then we're going to come back and talk about one that I've only had the opportunity to play a couple of times. I'm looking forward to this one. I love the title. It's called Gunslinger. We'll be back with Bertie Nichols after No Cattle Kind of Cowboy on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
Talked up the girls while squatting your spurs. You ain't had enough. My words may sound harsh to your city's thickened ears. Just know that I'm saving your hide. Cause you're useless in a roundup, you ain't got no grit. Your pro hop is dragging me down. No cattle kind of cowboy. A greenhorn in the saddle. You're still trying to play above your pay grade. Every horse here knows you're a fake. You're all had no proof, no tell, no show. You ain't had nothing. No cattle kind of cowboy. No cattle kind of cowboy. No cattle kind of cowboy.
Her name is Bertie Nichols. That is called No Cattle Kind of Cowboy. There you go. I love that song, and such a great job on that. You make you make great country music. We're going to play another hit song called Gunslinger here in a minute, but we've been kind of visiting off the air too, and I asked you, we talk about cover songs and an artist that you would love to cover, and you told me that if you were going to cover a song, it would be Big Iron that was originally done by Marty Robbins.
Yes. Oh, I love just the story. That classic outlaw ranger clash, and it's just I love that song.
Yeah, I do too. I used to see it performed all the time in Branson for a guy that I used to set up his stage and run the lights and sound during his show. His name's Leroy New. He has since retired, but he did a Marty Robbins tribute here in Branson for a long time. And, hearing all those classics, that one, Big Iron, and then White Sport Coat and El Paso, that kind of stuff, man, that's some good music. That's music that still resonates with us today. And in fact, so much, I've got a classic country station that plays 24/7 and got some Marty Robbins on there for sure.
Oh, gotta have Marty Robbins.
Yep, absolutely. Tell us about the next one called Gunslinger. I love it.
Oh, Gunslinger. Well, I really wanted to write about how someone they hadn't been to their home in a very, very long time, their hometown, and so they were looking for maybe either some redemption or some refuge, and they realize sometimes places change when we're not there, and we don't even necessarily recognize it until either it's too late. Sometimes change is good, but sometimes things don't always change for the better. And that is really how Gunslinger came to life. Yep,
absolutely. That is what has happened to a lot of these bigger towns like Nashville. We have these old-time bars and saloons, but now Nashville has one on every corner, the modern-day kind, don't they?
Oh, yes. Broadway is crazy. The traffic is insane, especially.
Isn't it?
Oh my!
We need to go back to tying our horses up.
Oh yeah! I'll sign me up for that. I'll do that in a heartbeat.
The last time we went, we actually got an Uber because it was a better deal than parking 2 miles away and having to pay those fees to park there in Nashville. So those horse and buggy days, I'd like to see those come back a little bit.
Yes,
absolutely.
I want to see that too.
Your third song is probably the title of a Western movie somewhere. Into the West, it's called. I love it. Tell us about that one.
Well, as I was saying earlier, not a lot of people, at least from my experience, not a lot of people out east really pay attention to or really respect or even know a lot of Western history. And I had already written, say, Gunslinger and No Cattle Kind of Cowboy. And I already knew that Into the West was what I wanted my album to be called. And then I actually sat down and was like, wait, that's a great, how does this song go? So I took two strong women from the West, and I incorporated them into my song as well as talking about me. And you could also say, when I talk about myself, I talk about as well as other strong women, strong people out here, and kind of their story at the same time. So again, love horses, so had to include some famous horse breeds out here,
Yep.
as well as some famous cities or kind of not so well known outposts that used to be and still are out here as well, just to bring people who don't know about the West into the West.
Yeah, that is awesome. And boy, you got a lot of great inspiration out there. You got the beautiful Grand Canyon. We talked about the Camelback Mountains, all of that stuff to write songs about, and Into the West fits perfect. You talked about a lot of strong women too. There were a lot of those back in the old Western days, but how about the women like yourself in country music today? There's some strong ones in the music today, isn't there?
Yes, there are. There are definitely strong women in country music today.
Yep, we got Lainey Wilson dabbling in acting. She's been in Yellowstone and things like that, and she's done quite well in country music. She was CMA Entertainer of the Year a couple of years ago. We got Ashley McBryde. There's a bunch of them.
Oh yeah.
So we got Bertie Nichols too.
Yes.
We're glad we have you in the world of country music. Keep doing your thing. It has been fantastic to have you on the program. This is our first radio interview, but I'd love to invite you back when you come out with something new you want to promote. Hit me up again and let's do this again.
Yes, you've been lovely. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you
for having me.
You as well. Where can we find Bertie Nichols on social media if they want to check out more of your music? And you got some great Christmas stuff too. We got your Christmas song playing around the clock on our radio channel over there on KICR Indie Country Christmas channel too.
Well, thank you. Well, if you are an Instagram person, don't worry. I got you. Bertie Nichols 07. But if you're not, I have Facebook too.
Mm-hmm.
And I got TikTok, and if you're not into any of those things, I'm on YouTube where I got some rockin' music videos of the songs you're hearing today, actually. And if you just want to listen and don't want to see me, I'm on Spotify or Apple or Amazon or really wherever you listen to music. Just look up Bertie Nichols, BIRDIE, and NICHOLS.
All right, Bertie Nichols, been fun having you on the program, and I got to look up your videos now because I also have Indie Country Television that plays Indie Country videos one after another, and I got to check out some of your videos now. We'll see if we can't add one to the channel for you. How about that?
I would love that.
That'll be awesome. Well, you've been awesome to talk to, and thank you for a great radio interview tonight. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you on the radio, as we say around here.
All right, I'll see you. Thank you so much. You're amazing.
You're welcome. This is called Gunslinger from Bertie Nichols on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on this New Music Friday.
Left the lost behind. You put your family into the grave. You are the one that needs to be saved. Mountain roads, dusty trails, homeward bound, regret prevails. A stranger rides to a town one she knew before. Sunset rider, gunslinger heart, you left the lost behind. You put your family into the grave. You are the one who needs to be saved. Cross So she saddles her horse and rides out of town, thinking to herself, no one can save this land. Sunset rider, gunslinger heart, you left the lost behind. You put your family into the grave. You are the one that couldn't be saved. Gunslinger,
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I'm a trailblazing tumbleweed, a straight talking wind wander melody, roaming, arranging, reveling, blowing down those dusty roads, guided by the legends of the past, never knowing who I'll meet when I'm blazing my own
That is the title track of her latest album. It is called Into the West. Her name is Birdie Nichols, and isn't she fantastic? I got lots of great comments on that interview while we were doing it, and she's authentic, she's real, and people would love to sing with you, Birdie. I'm telling you, you got some fans out here, so keep doing your thing, and go find Birdie Nichols all over social media. You heard her Instagram and Facebook. She's on TikTok. She's everywhere, and she is fantastic. Real country music on the radio tonight. We're going to do it for another 2 hours. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Tim Kelly Show, live from Branson, Missouri, and live on my website at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. I've got another great radio interview in the bottom half of this hour. Luke Jalette is going to join us on the program, and he is from Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, up there north of the border. You'll get to hear the stories behind his songs, and we'll play 3 of his hits as well, and you'll be sure to be tuned in for that. That's coming up here shortly. So let's get started with hour number 2. How about this next gentleman? He is hanging out with us on TikTok tonight. He is from down around Texarkana, Texas, my good friend Mike Carlisles, and this is called Lessons Learned the Hard Way on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
In the heart of a small town's winding roads, I lived my life fast in a reckless mode. Thought I knew it all in my wild free days, till I found myself lost in a maze. Mama said you'll find your way, but it took heartache to see the light of day. It took me a little longer to change my ways. Some lessons have to be learned the hard ways, to appreciate the little things. Now I see what life truly brings. Everything happens for a reason. God was just working on my heart with precision, so I'll be ready to love you true when He brought me to you. Drifted by with longing in my soul, searching for love to make me whole. Through every tear and heartbreak's fight, I finally landed right by your side. I understand now the trials I faced were preparing me for your embrace. It took me a little longer to change my ways. Some lessons have to be appreciate the little things. Now I see what life truly brings. Everything happens for a reason. God was just working on my heart with precision, so I'll be ready to love you true when He brought me to you. All those nights of silent prayer were guiding me to the love we shared. Looking back, it's clear to see you're the destiny meant for me. It took me a little longer to change my ways. Some lessons have to be learned the hard ways, to appreciate the little things. Now I see what life truly brings. Everything happens for a reason. God was just working on my heart with precision, so I'd be ready to love you true when He brought me to you. Now I'm grateful for the roads I've known. They led me to your heart, my home. God just had to work on me a little more, so I'd be ready for the love.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Grew up in South Carolina, a Tennessee fan, just a small town cowgirl fall for back home outlaw kind of man. Mama thinks that I'm good girl gone, I swear I ain't done nothing wrong. Those back road drives on a Friday night, listen to the boys tell lies, lies, lies. Can't explain why singing with you always makes me smile. I'm chasing you, living the dream, driving back and forth to Tennessee, and I know you ain't thinking about me, but I know every word from A to F. I know me, one track mind in a two-tone truck, sing my songs and wear some luck. Get my number and come calling. Hope you're listening, Mr. Warren. Been paying my dues every chance I get, from old bar stools to nights I'll never forget. Hearing everyone sing along to my hometown heartfelt songs, under a string of lights or a summer sky, taking it one thing at a time. Guess I'm doing alright, yeah, love this life. Every night when I close my eyes, I'm chasing you, living the dream, driving back and forth to Tennessee, and I know you ain't thinking about me, but I know every word from A to F. I know me, one track mind in a two-tone truck, sing my songs and grab some luck. Get my number and come calling. Hope you're listening, Mr. If you ever wanna share a seat, all you gotta do is look my way. I'm chasing you. If you ever wanna share a seat, all you gotta do is look my way. I'm chasing you, living the dream, trying back. I know about me, I know every word from A to F. I know me, one track mind in a two-tone truck, singing my songs and wear some love. Get my number and come calling. Hope you're listening, Mr. Warren. Yeah, you'll get my number and come calling. Are you listening, Mr. Warren?
That talented young lady has a hit song on her hands. That is a great song that she wrote about a gentleman that's pretty famous in the world of country music in Nashville, Tennessee, the great Morgan Wallen. That is called Mr. Wallen. Ashlyn Green. Green has an E on the end of it if you want to follow her on social media. And you're going to be able to catch our next upcoming live interview that's going to happen on July the 11th. That is going to be another great New Music Friday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. Ashlyn Green and I will be having our second radio interview that we've ever done so far, so I look forward to it. And like I said, she is super talented, and she does have a hit song on her hands. Go check out and go get Mr. Wallen from Ashlyn Green. This next artist has a hit song on his hands. We're in hour number 2. Let's do Second Time Around from Sean Carson, S-E-A-N, on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
There you go again. You're telling me goodbye. But once again I find that I'm not sure why. We've been here before, and there's one thing I found, that the hurt ain't no easier the second time around. Second time around, I should be you. second time around. Letting go for good, with nothing in our way. You're over him, and back with me to stay. This time you were sure you had your feet on solid ground. Yet I'm hurting all over the second time around. Second time around, I should be used to losing you. Still I find I'm no stronger for what you put me through. How do I move on when I let you bring me down? Oh, the hurt ain't no easier the second time around. Yeah, the hurt ain't no easier the second time around.
This is Kayla McGee, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio. Playing new countries.
The seed of memory there, but at what cost? You cannot just erase things that you have lost. Red flags, I saw them. White flags, I waved them on. And was it worth the fight? Kept me up all night still. I'm wrong. Working harder than I ever have. Oh, time you did that. Saw you coming, seeking the grass. The best love that you've ever had is gone, just like that. It's gone, just like that. You've taken everything, still you're wanting more. The world is yours right now. You should go explore. Red flags, I saw them. White flags, I waved them on and on. Was it worth the fight? Kept
that is a great tune called Just Like That. And thank you, Kaylin, for the great radio liner. And we're getting ready to have a great radio interview as well. I look forward to all of these summertime interviews. I'm booking into September already, ladies and gentlemen. The summer is full. So go down and check out the bottom of the homepage at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. See who I'm going to be interviewing. And then at the top of the website, you can hit the Tim Kelly Show interview archives, and you can go back and listen to previous interviews that I've already done. And if you hit that, you got to go to load more, because I've done a bunch of them, and we're going to add 2 more tonight from tonight's program. My second radio interview with Luke Jalette is coming up here in just a little bit, but first we got a couple of more songs to play. I recently had a radio interview with this next gentleman. He is from Ardmore, Oklahoma, where I heard my first country music concert at back in the early 90s. His name is Alan Rudd. It's a good thing. It's a good thing you tuned in tonight to the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
I came home Valentine's Day, pulled up in the drive with a sweetheart dozen, my heart in my hand. When I got there, she wasn't home. Something told me she was long gone. She'd given my sweetheart gift to another man. Looking through another wedding veil, heaven sent me an angel so sweet. Could she be mine? I wanted to run, but I had to stay. Couldn't believe what had come my way, so I gave her my heart and I took her hand. It's a good thing, now I know what love's about, 'cause I got you, and honey, there ain't no doubt. It's a good thing set me free, 'cause I'd never known the love you've given me. And now the only thing that I could ever thank that woman for is when she left my heart, she left an open door. And it's a good thing, now I know what love's about, 'cause I got you, and honey, there ain't no doubt. It's a good thing what your love's done for me, 'cause I'd never known how sweet a love could be. Now I come home every day and pull up in the drive. My sweetheart's there, and my heart's in her hand. And it's a good thing, yeah, it's a good thing.
In a world, there was one man, Tim Kelly, and there was only one radio station, Indie Country Radio.
Skin-tight jeans, your cowboy boots, and your sheepish grin. I looked at my friends and said I'm in so much trouble. Oh, here comes trouble, a whole lot of trouble coming my way in this cowboy hat. Well, there ought to be a law against looking like that. Here comes trouble. to my surprise, you looked down at me with your boyish smile and said, well, no thanks. Couldn't help but think of what have I done. I made a fool of myself and wanting to run straight out of this place like the son of a gun and just hide. Oh, here comes trouble, a whole lot of trouble. Well, he's coming my way in his cowboy hat. Well, the broader beer log is looking like that. Here comes trouble. In a barn, make the sweet music with a country charm. Now that's living. And thinking back to where, how it all began. There's no stopping the love between a woman and a man. Like the country song, a beer in your hand. And we're smiling, and no more trouble. Just a whole lot of loving. Well, he's coming my way in his cowboy hat. Well, the broader beer log is looking like that. Here comes trouble. Here comes trouble, a whole lot of trouble. Here comes trouble, a whole lot of trouble. Here comes trouble, a whole lot of trouble. Here comes.
She is a great country music artist from New Brunswick, and I tell you what, we just had a great radio interview as well. Her name is Flo Durrell. She's listening to us live right now. I know she is because we've been talking back and forth all this time that we've been on the radio. Here Comes Trouble. That's a great title of that song. I told you I was coming on the radio an hour before I went in. Trouble's been here for almost 90 minutes, and we got about another 90 minutes to go, and another great radio interview coming up. Luke Gillette is going to be with us on the program tonight, and so stay tuned for that. That's coming up after two more songs. This next artist and his dad co-wrote this song with Mel Tillis Jr. It is called Master of Illusion. The artist is Braden Ryle. His father is Kurt Ryle. They have Clarksville Creative Sound, and they sponsor the Tim Kelly Show. It's a big family around here, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Let's play Braden Ryle right now. Master of Illusion. Talented young man on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
I'm the life of the party everywhere I go, and you can always find me putting on a show. It seems I always have to prove the hand is quicker than the eye. Away my tears before they see me cry. I'm a master of illusion. My magic looks so real, 'cause I can make a happy face when it's loneliness I feel. I'm a master of illusion. I've done these same old tricks for years, but I still can't make your memory disappear. I can tell everybody I've forgotten you, and I can even walk on air with someone new, and I can make a heartache look like it's not even there, concealing all my feelings with this mask I wear. I'm a master of illusion. make a happy face when it's loneliness I feel. I'm the master of illusion. I've done these same old tricks for years, but I still can't make your memory disappear. No, I still can't make your memory disappear.
This is Montana Lane, and you're listening to The Tim Kelly Show, syndicated worldwide, playing.
I know by the way that you're staring, and by the ring that you ain't wearing, you think I didn't notice you put it in your pocket. Tell your wife that I said hi. Neon's buzzing, boots are stomping, the night's just getting started. That Johnny Walker Black, you can take your ride back. It's only me and my girls tonight. And girls like me, no guys like you, know every game you play, and every line you use. And girls like me got better things to do. No girls like me don't leave the guys like you. Don't leave the guys like you. Hell no. I know that I'm looking my best, but you ain't the reason I'm wearing this dress. We hit a party tonight, tequila's no guys, no drama, no stress. Neon's buzzing, boots are stomping, fun just getting started. I wouldn't date you sober, so don't bother coming over. It's me and my girls tonight. 'Cause girls like me, no guys like you, know every game you play, and every line you use. And girls like me, know you're no dream come true. And girls like me don't leave the guys like you. Don't leave the guys like you. Wanna leave, but I ain't following cowboy. So go two-step on home, 'cause there just ain't no way, boy. 'Cause girls like me, no guys like you, know every game you play, and every line you use. And girls like me got self-respect, ain't that the truth? That's why girls like me don't leave the guys like you.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is New Music Friday, and I'm playing the best in new country music, and we get to hear the stories behind these next three songs. His name is Luke Jalich from Canada. How are you, my friend?
I'm very fine. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, and actually, you're from up there around New Brunswick, right?
I'm smack dab in New Brunswick, yeah. Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to Michael Richard, a good friend of mine who has hooked me up with a lot of great country music artists here and some interviews, and you're going to be one of those tonight. I've been playing your music for a little while, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, great. Really appreciate to get some coverage with all your radio stations that you broadcast.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, not only mine, but we're going to put you out on 10 others, so 11 total around the world tonight.
That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So's your music, man. And you were a little bit shy, though, starting out. And so you finally started performing in front of folks at the age of 39.
Yeah, I was like a late bloomer, I could say.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get out of my comfort zone, and now I just love it. It's great.
Mm-hmm. You've always had that interest, though, in music, and you love singing. So tell us about how you got into country music and the love for that. How'd that start?
Oh, well, I always listened to country music. I was a kid. My parents always had old George Jones record and Merle Haggard and Conway Twitty, so I grew up listening to all those people and just kind of stuck with me, and just love the old country.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. And, you know, hard to believe, even that 90s country is what got me into country radio, and that's 35 years ago we're talking about.
Yeah, time flies.
It does, doesn't it? And, yeah, so you faced your fears. You signed up for a country singing contest, and your friend Brian Mallory, and also that is Michael's friend, Brian Mallory, and I've been playing him too. He's fantastic. Kind of got you into that contest, huh?
Yeah, we kind of became buddies, me and him, after that contest, and things progressed from there. He was going down to Nashville to record an album, and he invited me down there. That's when I recorded my first ever single, My Greatest Claim to Fame, back in 2017. Yeah, he was lucky enough that he asked his producer if he could slide me in while he was going down there. Then he asked me if I would join him and go in there and record a song, and I was like, geez, sure, why not? That'd be a thrill. And then things kind of took off from there.
I had no idea that My Greatest Claim to Fame was that old. I've been playing it for a little while, and, you know, I played the best in what I call new country music, but it was new to me, so, and you're new to me as an artist, so here we are.
Yeah, that was my first ever recording back in February 17.
Wow, how about that? So, at what age did you start singing? Like, I hear a lot of 5, 6 years old, things like that.
Oh, I don't really remember when I started singing. When I first got the guitar out, it was probably in my early 20s when I started playing the guitar. I really wanted to get around learning how to play it, and started singing probably about that time, just around little house parties and bonfires and stuff like that. But it was kind of still, you never would see me up on a big stage somewhere. I was too shy for that. I stuck out.
Yeah.
Just stayed out in the campgrounds and out in the dark somewhere where not a lot of people would see me, but still loved doing it. But yeah, and then things kind of progressed, and now it's all fun. It's all fun.
Oh yeah, and self-taught on the guitar. Did you take lessons or what?
No, I self-taught, and I still got a lot to learn, but enough to get by and do a few songs and accompany myself. But no master guitarist by any means.
Wow. You know, I used to work for a gentleman in Branson, Missouri, is where I'm at, by the way, and he taught himself how to play listening to the old AM battery-operated radio back in the day, because he grew up without electricity, and his grandparents raised him.
Oh, yeah. I play piano, too. That's what I first started learning when I was a kid. I had an ear for music, so I did do some piano lessons for a few years, but it was kind of hard to bring the old upright piano at a bonfire, so I had to learn some other instruments so I could play and jam with the other guys. So then that's when I picked up the acoustic.
That's awesome. Now, are you an only child, or you got any brothers and sisters musically inclined like you, or what?
No, I got an older brother, but he doesn't play music. I got a couple cousins in my family that are musicians, but both my grandfather used to play fiddle. I remember that from when I was a kid. And one of them played harmonica too. But I'm the only one that really is in the music business a little more than the others. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. In 2019, it says that you wrote and recorded Her Smile for your 20th wedding anniversary. You've been married a little while then too, huh?
Yeah, we are actually a high school sweetheart, me and my wife.
No kidding.
Going on 26 years married, but 33 years together here last week or so.
Wow.
And so back in 2019, I think it might have been even in 2018 that I wrote the song at a job site one day in my break. It kind of just stuck in my head, and I wrote it down, and hadn't touched the song for probably a year until I decided to record it, because I knew my wedding anniversary was coming up, so asked one of my neighbor, which has a studio, if we could record this song within a couple weeks, and I wanted to release it on the radio the day of my wedding anniversary, which was like a couple weeks away. So we managed to get in the studios and record it, and did an online or a radio interview that day about we kind of lied to a few people saying that it was for a festival that I was going to be playing at, but all this time the radio was on it and everybody was on it, that we were releasing it live with my wife sitting beside me at the radio station that day of our wedding anniversary. So yeah, it was a good present for her.
That's awesome. You know, anytime you do a song that's either played at your wedding or something like that you do for your anniversary, man, it's so memorable, isn't it? We've had an artist that I've actually had an artist that I've interviewed on this radio program recorded a song that we had played at our wedding, and you know, you just never forget that.
Yeah, and the song is about us growing up and how we met, and then we actually had our first son. We were still in high school. We were teenage parents, so the song talks about that. So it was about pretty much our song about us meeting and growing up, and yeah, it was a good song. A lot of people liked it around here and did a pretty good on the radios and stuff.
That is awesome. And I bet you she supports you 150% in what you want to do with music, huh?
Oh, yeah, no, she's really supportive. All my families are really behind me 100%, and they come and watch me anywhere I perform somewhere. Everybody's there, and which always makes you feel even better to be up on stage and you get your family there cheering you on. So, yes.
That is awesome. Hey, and I know off the air we were talking that you do love sports. You're doing some hockey stuff right now, and hockey's huge up in Canada, isn't it?
Yeah, we're up in Canada, and hockey season is almost to a close here, but it's the big Atlantic Championship. And we're hosting the tournament this year, so we get teams from Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick, and the rink is full here tonight. We got a full house. It's the opening game, and then it's the two local teams playing each other, and it's a great game. Right now, we're actually leading, like I think it was 4-0 when I stepped out of the rink. So
there
it's a
you
pretty
go.
good game for the home team. Yes.
Man, I've skated on thin ice a time or two and not even played hockey. How about that?
I think we all have.
I think so. That's what I'm talking about. That is the title of your first song that we're going to play. Tell us about this one.
Well, this is the title track of my new album and my very first album that I just recorded here this February down in Nashville. And it's when I first heard this song that I got, I couldn't believe I was actually going to be able to record the song. I had goosebumps at the second line, I think, of the first verse, and I said, I got to record this song, and it's probably going to be the title of my album, and it is going to be the title of the album. It's my so it's just a great song, great story. It is a ballad, but I'm the kind of guy that likes lyrics and the words and the story behind the song, and this song just really did it for me for sure.
Yeah, well, does it for me too. You know, I tell people I'm a sucker for a ballad. I love a ballad in the world of country music. I love piano in the world of country music. You hear it in a lot of classics, you know, and stuff like that. So, yeah, this was so well done, and it's a pleasure to play your music. I'm telling you, I'm glad Michael Richard hit me up with you.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's a pleasure to be heard anywhere else than our little community. It's fun to get support from other radio stations and radio disc jockey that wants to play our music.
You got it. Well, we're going to play it, and if you can hang out for just a little bit, we're going to come back and talk some more to Luke J. Lett. This is called That's What I'm Talking About on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
If you need a pound of nails, a quart of paint, or spare key made, you better get there before noon, or you're gonna have to wait. 'Cause at 12 o'clock the door gets locked at Mr. Wilson's hardware store. He's got a lunch date he ain't missed since 1954. For years he walked those 8 blocks, sunshine, rain, or snow. And when he got home, she always had lunch waiting on the stove. Now he drives those 5 miles out to Wheeler Manor nursing home. Drops everything he's doing so she won't have to eat alone. That's what I'm talking about. If you want to see true love at work, just follow him around. You'll see tender love and care. He'll wipe her face, trim her nails, comb her thin gray hair. Then he cuts her food up for her and puts each bite in her mouth. When I talk about love, that's what I'm talking about. Della Colvin was the postal clerk, sorted all the local mail. She came down sick a few years back, when both her kidneys failed. Her husband Clyde was the first in line to give her one of his, but she wouldn't let him do it, said it was too big of a risk. But he made plans behind her back to do it anyway. Told her they found a donor somewhere in another state. The doctors and the nurses were all in on the line. I mailed the package yesterday. Looks like she's doing fine. That's what I'm talking about. If you want to see true love at work, just follow her around every Sunday after church. She'll be at the cemetery, pulling weeds out of the dirt. She'll start to cry, say, I miss you, Clyde, and softly kiss the ground. When I talk about love, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about, and that is the title of that song right there. Luke Jalette is with us tonight on the Tim Kelly Show, and great song, man. That's awesome. That's going to do quite well on country radio.
Thanks. I really hope it does catch somebody's ear and everybody likes it.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. My Greatest Claim to Fame, that song you did back in 2017. I've been playing it a few times. I love it too. And tell us about that one and how you came up with that title.
Well, the song, it's not a song that I wrote. That's a song that Larry Wayne Clark wrote.
Okay.
Managed to get that from his wife. Like I said, that's the song that I went down to record in 2017 with my buddy Brian. I didn't have any songs at the time, and I think it was originally pitched to Brian. And then we got permission from her for me to record it. That was another song that the lyrics just swept me. Like I really liked the lyrics of the song, and I really wanted to do it. And so yeah, it's a great song. I like the whole thing about that song. And we went down to Nashville to record down to it's in Smyrna, about 30 minutes outside of Nashville. It's at Coal Mine Studios. The studio's name. That's where I just recorded my last album too. But yeah, it's the same studio we used. And yeah, when that song came out, surprised quite a bit of people because at the time almost nobody down in my little community knew that I was a singer. Like some of my friends knew, but when that hit the radio, really took a lot of people by surprise and sounded pretty good and kind of got things going and hasn't stopped since.
That is awesome. It is good. And, that brings up this, too. I'll just put this out there to the world because a lot of artists that I interview, they do write their own stuff, but some they do take on other people's songs that they have written and or they have songs pitched to them. So if you're open to that, I work with a lot of people that are just songwriters and they're always looking to have somebody record their stuff. And so if you're open to cutting somebody else's music, that's awesome, too.
Yeah, no, it's always nice to get some options and hear from songs from different songwriters. Everybody's got their own little twist to the lyrics and music, so it's kind of nice to get some good options out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you're talking about Brian Mallory, and you probably have other friends that we know of each other since we've all become friends in this area of New Brunswick with a lot of artists that Michael has turned me on to. Do you co-write with some other folks like Brian, or do you pretty much do it on your own?
No, I've done it on my own so far. Didn't have the chance to sit down and co-write. But yeah, it'd be nice someday to co-write a song with somebody for sure.
Yeah. Well,
it hasn't happened yet.
Well, so let me ask you this. What is Luke's dream gig, an artist that you would like to maybe either open for or somebody you might like to do a duet with live on stage? Who might be some names we might know?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I saw you did a pretty good cover of Alan Jackson's Wanted.
Yeah, I got that, but I really like Tracy Lawrence. I do a lot of Tracy Lawrence songs.
Oh,
and,
nice.
I got to meet him one year down in Allegheny at one of his shows. But yeah, I would love to get on stage with him. That would be pretty cool.
He was the first person I saw in concert after I started doing country radio in 1990. It was probably 91 or 92. He was in Ardmore, Oklahoma, and David Ball and Wade Hayes opened for Tracy Lawrence.
Oh, really? Yeah. Him and Mr. John Conley.
There you go.
Cool guy to be up on stage with. I did manage to, we bumped into him backstage at the Opry when I was down last time in Nashville. We had some backstage passes, and he was performing, and got to shake his hand, get some few pictures with Mr. John Conley up behind the big stage there, which was a very, very cool experience.
There you go. Awesome. Well, we're going to play My Greatest Claim to Fame and then Her Smile, the song you wrote for your wife and your anniversary. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot, and your wife's going to be listening to this. When's your anniversary?
Oh, you had to do it, did you? July 2nd.
Hey, there you go. That's a good anniversary.
It is, yeah.
2 days before the 4th of July, and that happens to be my grandson's birthday. He was born on July 4th.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, it's the day after Canada Day.
Canada Day. Okay, awesome. You got Canada Day.
Canada Day.
July 1st is Canada Day, and we have July 4th. How about that? We learned something tonight.
Yeah, and then we got married right in the middle of it.
There you go. Awesome. Well, Luke, let me ask you, too, where folks can find you on social media, and spell out your first name as well. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's Luke because it's a French name, so it's L-U-C, and Jailet is spelled J-A-I-L-L-E-T. And I'm on Facebook and Spotify. Obviously, I got all my songs up on Spotify and also on YouTube. But mostly they can find me up on Facebook.
Okay.
It's under my name, Luke J.
All right. Well, Luke Jailet, you've been fantastic to talk to. Your music is great. Keep doing that. And if you come out with something new you want to promote, let's do this again. It's been a lot of fun.
Sounds good. Definitely reach out to you.
You bet. Have a great summer up there in Canada, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And thanks for doing the program tonight.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
You are welcome. My Greatest Claim to Fame from Luke Jailet on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
Always dream of hitting the waiting home run. Living in a mansion, flying rockets round the sun. I'd make my mark, doing all the things that legends do. But that all changed the moment I met you. I may never walk in glory or be a hero in some story children tell. When they're handing out their prizes, they can hand them all to someone else. Be found in the halls of world renown, but that's okay, 'cause I make loving you my greatest claim to fame. When I look in your eyes, I feel just like a king. When you're lying in my arms, I've got more than everything. bother me if history don't ever know. My love for you was the greatest story never told. I may never walk in glory or be a hero in some story children tell. When they're handing out their prizes, they can hand them off to someone else. My name may not be found in the halls of world renown, but that's okay. 'Cause I make loving you my greatest claim to fame. Girl, loving you and only you will be my greatest claim to fame.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Little boy from a little town, grown up was a little shy. Sees his girl and says, oh my, will you just look at her smile? Finally ask her for a dance. Sweaty palms, he held her hand, looks into her big green eyes. Will you just look at her smile? It's been 20 years or so today, the boy never looked the other way. He promised her till the end of time that he would always stay by her side. Even after all these years, they even shared some little tears. She hasn't even realized that all she had to do was smile. Teenage mother wasn't in her plans, but God dealt them a better hand. It's been tough, but they're holding on. They both know what they really want. Their boys are all grown up today, and both their hair is turning gray. She knows she had the best of time, 'cause he knew how to make her smile. 20 years or so today, the boy never looked the other way. He promised her till the end of time that he would always stay by her side. Even after all these years, they even shared some little tears. She hasn't even realized that all she had to do was smile. So today, I'd never look the other way. I promised you till the end of time that I would always stay by your side. Even after all these years, even shared some little tears. I hope you finally realize that all you had to do was smile. Sure love to see you smile. see you smile. Your smile.
His name is Luke Jillette, and what a great artist he is, and what a great interview we just had. Thank you, Michael Richard, for that great find, and I know he's listening too, and he's been finding me a lot of great artists up there in New Brunswick. Luke Jillette, it's L-U-C on his name, and J-A-I-L-L-E-T. So go check him out all over social media. Tell him Tim Kelly from the Tim Kelly Show sent you, and that radio interview is going to be in the archives on my website later on after this live show is over. That is KICRIndieCountryRadio.com, the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. I am still live on that website right now for one more hour, live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And we've got a whole lot more music for this live show. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to keep it in the country. How about this next song from Boss Stone? It is called Keep Me in the Country on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Blacked out, jacked up, burnout, souped up, rolling down 41 with the windows up. 10 minutes early, hard racing on a first day. Turn the music down, can't let it escalate. She's waiting outside with some sweet tea, short skirt, tank top, looking radiant and free. A little too fancy for the Dairy Queen, but I love her style. It's a perfect scene. Keep me in the country, don't head to town. Take me down a dirt road, let's watch the sun go down. Let me hear the crickets sing and the dogs bark. Take me to a swimming hole, dive in after dark. Whatever you do, boy, keep me in the country. 12 years later, she's still holding tight. Couple kids and a bloodhound by our side at night. Couldn't picture life in any other way. I thank the stars for that fateful day. Keep me in the country, don't head to town. Take me down a dirt road, let's watch the sun go down. Let me hear the crickets sing and the dogs bark. Take me to a swimming hole, we'll dive in after dark. Whatever you do, boy, keep me in the country. So here we are on this winding road with laughter and love in this little boat. Through every season, I'm so glad she chose to keep me in the country where love ever grows.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it. Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music.
I like the DJs. There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
She never missed a Sunday where she didn't pray. Never wanted to cross the line, never wanted to disobey. She can brighten up any night with her sunshine smile. She's every bit a woman, though she's treated like a child. Grandma always told her, be nice and trust the Lord. advantage of their kindness, then stab them with a knife. One day they're gonna realize where the line is drawn. Better run before Little Red's kindness is all gone. When the sun goes down, the wolves come out, thinking they're so tough. They'll light your way with gasoline and bomb you with their love. But Grandma always told her, be nice and hold her tongue. But Little Red's got different plans. She's loaded like a gun. These wolves keep preying around on the ones they think are nice. Take advantage of their kindness, then stab them with a knife. One day they're gonna realize where the line is drawn. Better run before Little Red's kindness is all gone. Biggest big guys ain't covering up those eyes, so just go on goodbye, 'cause you ain't fooling Little Red. Oh, oh, oh. Biggest big guys ain't covering up those eyes, so just go on goodbye, 'cause you ain't fooling Little Red. Oh, these ones keep playing around on the ones they think are nice. Take advantage of their kindness, then stab them with a knife. One day they're gonna realize where the line is drawn. Better run before Little Red. Kindness is all good. Biggest big guys ain't covering up those eyes, so just go on goodbye, 'cause you ain't fooling.
Her name is Anna Scott. That song is called Little Red, and you're going to get to hear the story behind that in an upcoming radio interview with yours truly and Anna Scott later on this summer. Again, go check out my full live radio interview schedule. We are into September, and we are still booking, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. And it is KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Right there at the bottom of the homepage, you'll find the live interview schedule. There's lots of entertainment over there as well. We got Indie Country Television for country music videos. We've got a Western channel for Western movies. We've got Big 80s with the Big 80s show. You can listen to 80s music and relive your 80s childhood. And we've got classic country radio playing over there 24/7 as well. Let's keep music on this radio program. How about the latest single from Brandon Malone? It is called Montana Sky on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Those city lights, well, they sure are bright. Even in the middle of the day, you can see them like it was night. Even when it's dark, you can't see those stars. Oh, but out of a place where they all stand apart. Under that Montana sky, with a mountain view, nothing but plains and woodlands and riding horseback with you. Oh, but sitting here right now in this traffic makes me want to cry, 'cause I can't think about anything but you and that big Montana sky. Well, it's easy to forget what it sounds like. Oh, to hear the rain pouring down and the wind blowing through the night. And I know it rains and the wind blows hard. Oh, in the city too, but it don't hit you in the heart
country
like we know new country.
Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Why would I hesitate when this moment might slip away? Sometimes I can't relate in a world that goes too slow. I took one look at you and I knew what I had to do. We could follow the rules, take our time, play it cool, but you gotta know I'm all in, baby. How about you? Got me falling, baby, over the moon. Tonight the stars are shining, the planets are aligning. Just call it perfect timing, finding your blue eyes. Do you feel my heart racing? Let's say we set a pace and try and just keep up with the speed of love. It's no coincidence that you and I make perfect sense. I see the signs and I'm convinced that this is true. Let me give you a kiss that you'll never forget, and there's your proof. I'm all in, baby. How about you? Got me falling, baby, over the moon. Tonight the stars are shining, the planets are aligning. Just call it perfect timing, finding your blue eyes. Do you feel my heart racing? Let's say we set a pace and try and just keep up with the speed of love. I go the distance in an instant, 'cause when it comes to love, there's no limit when you're in it. You just can't go fast enough. I'm all in, baby. How about you? Got me falling, baby, over the moon. Tonight the stars are shining, the planets are aligning. Just call it perfect timing, finding your blue eyes. I'm all in, baby. How about you? Got me falling, baby, over the moon. Tonight the stars are shining, the planets are aligning. Just call it perfect timing, finding your blue eyes. Do you feel my heart racing? Let's say we set a pace and try and just keep up. Try and just keep up with the speed of love. The speed of
That is a brand new single from my good friend Annie Vander. It is called The Speed of Love. She is from the Chicago, Illinois area, but she works with my good friends from Brickshore Media, Nicole Zeller and all the fine folks at Brickshore Media at downtown Nashville, Tennessee. And I'll tell you what, the speed of this show is crazy, isn't it? We're in hour number 3 and playing the best in new country and having a real good time on this New Music Friday. Getting you ready for the weekend music-wise. And wherever you're at, go out and support live music. The artists definitely appreciate it, and I appreciate helping support them as well and putting them on the radio, but go see them in a live show. That'll definitely make their world a little bit better. And speaking of Nashville, Tennessee, this week is CMA Fest, so if you're in the Nashville area, you're probably getting to hear a lot of good live music. You've probably seen a lot of radio people and a lot of radio interviews as well going on. How about a song about Nashville? This is Aaron Hymes, Hymes, Hymes. This is called Nashville on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
Driving down the south on 71. Praying to God that this song is the one. You're tossing, turning in the bed at night, hoping the wife and kids are alright. Well, time to close your eyes and say goodnight and prayers to the Father, making your heart right. You dream of adventure, both near and far. You're on the road to Nashville, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Broadway, music, shiny lights, people dancing and making time go by. The sun comes up and the city lays back down. You packed your bags, you're heading back to your hometown. Well, time to close your eyes and say goodnight and prayers to the Father, making your heart right. You dream of adventure, both near and far. You're on the road to Nashville, remember who you are. So keep on singing and keep on believing and keep on wishing on the shooting star. You ask God to guide you and be in your heart. He'll stand right beside you, meet you where you are. Time to close your eyes and say goodnight and prayers to the Father, making your heart right. You dream of adventure, both near and far. You're on the road to Nashville, remember who you are.
You're listening to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio.
Gypsy Rose, can you hear me calling? I've been trying to reach you all night. I'm putting quarters in the jukebox and playing our old love songs from Willie and Waylon and Dwight. Behind the bar pouring whiskeys, and Billy, he's looking for a fight. Me, I'm sitting here drinking alone, wondering where's my gypsy tonight. Gypsy Rose, Gypsy Rose, I knew the open road was your home. These last few years, it brings me to tears, knowing I'll be living alone. Take care wherever you go. gypsy rose. I knew the open road was your home. These last few years brings me to tears, knowing I'll be living alone. Take care wherever you go, Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose.
His name is Mike McCarthy. He is the lead singer for the Mike McCarthy Band, and that is called Gypsy Rose. He told me in our recent interview that we're going to get ready to air pretty soon that that is one of his favorite songs. Man, one of my favorites too, now that I've heard it a few times. I love that one. He's just outside of Toronto, Canada, and he is going to be my special guest on the Tim Kelly Show, coming up in a great radio interview this summer later on July the 18th on a New Music Friday edition of the show as well. Like I said before, I got some great radio interviews coming up. That live interview schedule is at the bottom of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. This next artist is from Machesney Park, Illinois. She has been a special guest on the show a couple of times, and she just keeps making great country music, ladies and gentlemen. Her latest single is a hit on country radio right now. It is called I Plant My Own, and she is McKenna Faith Winters on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
You made up your mind. I'm not gonna go home and cry, even though that's what you thought I'd do. Funny how life goes on. Me and you will both move on. I'll never say that I never loved you, 'cause you used to be my plus one at boring weddings. Kiss me on the cheek when the sun was setting. Had her little spot, now I sit here all alone. Used to be my midnight talk for hours. Hold the umbrella in the summer showers. Used to be the one to bring me flowers, but now I plant my own. Guess it was my fault. I shouldn't have put all my happiness in your hands. But all of this will make things clearer. I see a stronger girl in the mirror, but that don't mean it doesn't make me sad. 'Cause you used to be my plus one at boring weddings. Kiss me on the cheek when the sun was setting. Had her little spot, now I sit here all alone. Used to be my midnight talk for hours. Hold the umbrella in the summer showers. Used to be the one to bring me flowers, but now I plant my own. I don't even like roses, but I never would have told you that. If you ever come around again, you'll find the sunflowers out back. You used to be my plus one at boring weddings. Kiss me on the cheek when the sun was setting. Had a little spot, now I sit here all alone. Used to be my midnight talk for hours.
KICR, and you're listening to The Tim Kelly Show, syndicated worldwide, playing new country.
How many hearts have to break until you realize you can't bury all that sorrow in the wreckage you leave behind? How many scars must you make until you're satisfied? How many hearts have to break? How many hearts like mine? I know you didn't mean to hurt me. Nobody's born that cruel. There must have been someone before me who left their mark on you. And soon I'll be a pile of ashes, another notch upon your post. But as I go down in flames, I know you'll burn the most. How many hearts have to break until you realize you can't bury all that sorrow in the wreckage you leave behind? How many scars must you make until you're satisfied? How many hearts have to break? How many hearts like How many scars must you make until you're satisfied? How many hearts have to break? How many hearts like mine? How many hearts have to break? How many hearts like mine?
Tonight's been a great mix of talented, great artists that are male and female. And boy, I tell you what, I love the female artists too. Tracy Kennedy right there, ladies and gentlemen. TRACI, if you want to check her out on social media. And she is also from north of the border in Canada. She will be my special guest next Thursday night on a triple play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. Everybody's excited about that interview. And we had a great time chatting, and you guys are going to love that interview as well. Be sure to tune in next Thursday and Friday night. I'm back on the radio, 7 p.m. Central Time, live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. That song by Tracy right there is called How Many Hearts. I'm live on TikTok over here at Tim Kelly on Air. I'll tell you how many hearts right now. I'm looking at 40,000 at least by the time this show is over. So thank you for tapping the screen over there. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate it. How about this song? I could listen to it 24/7, but the title of it is 24/6 from Jason Price on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Most nights I sit here alone, my favorite stool, drinking straight Patron. It's better being home alone, or so they tell me. A lady out for a little fun locked eyes with me, and I didn't run. She sat next to me and asked, so what's your story? And I told her, I've been in love till death did us part, and that just doesn't break your heart. It kills a piece. For that, there ain't no cure. She gave a girl and boy to me. I had a rich man's family, and I'd give every piece, everything I own, to have her back with me. So before you ask me for a dance, in the hopes of finding some romance, and we find ourselves just a few years down the road, there's a piece of her that lives in me, and that's just the way it'll always be. So if you accept that just the way it is, I could love you 24/6. So I rambled on. I must have talked through 7 songs about all the things we used to do when she was here. Like on Sundays we'd go for our walks after church to our favorite spot, and I still go there and pray I feel her dancing around me. So before you ask me for a dance, in the hopes of finding some romance, and we find ourselves just a few years down the road, there's a piece of her that lives in me. It's just the way it'll always be. So if you accept that just the way it is, love you 24/6. I know she's not here, but there's times I swear where I can feel her right beside me. So before you ask me for a dance, in the hopes of finding some romance, and we find ourselves just a few years down the road, there's a piece of her that lives in me. That's just the way it'll always be. So if you accept that just the way it is, if you accept that just the way it is, I could love you 24/6.
This is Rick Trevino, and you're listening to The Tim Kelly Show, syndicated worldwide, playing you country's best.
It's a wild roller coaster, not a merry-go-round. Rejoice when you reach the heights, but you learn from all the downs. Turn your hungry heart loose and hold on tight.
It's a one-man show. Till the day that you meet the one with a matching heart and soul. You're two lonely roads emerge until the end of time. Together you'll ride the ride of your life. There'll come a day you'll find a detour ahead. Destiny will await just around the bend. When the exits they go by and you can't find your way, when the winding road gets too dark, shine the light of your faith. Let the Lord above be your guide, and drive on with a smile. Mile after mile, the ride of your life. Don't hide, just ride the ride of your life.
That is a brand new single from Rick Trevino. Pretty cool when he does the radio liner for yours truly as well without even asking. I appreciate that. And that song is called The Ride. If you've been listening to country radio as long as I have, you know who Rick Trevino is. Go follow him on Facebook at Rick Trevino Official. I just tagged him in there that he's getting played on the Tim Kelly Show out of Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And go see him in a live show. You will not be disappointed. He is fantastic. This next artist is fantastic as well. Wait till you hear the vocals of Maddie Rose and Still Gone on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Wish you could be the rain from a cloud above me, to look down, touch my face one more time, to only be the ground you walk over, see you walk away again would do just fine, 'cause even you saying goodbye still the sweetest sound. You did me wrong, but you can never do no harm. There's something in your smile that keeps me holding on to still loving you while you're still gone. Now when we're out, you act like you don't see me. I'm happy just to know you know I'm here. You left nothing but the you leaving saying goodbye is still the sweetest sound. Your dad may wrong me, you can never do no harm. Something in your smile keeps me holding on to still loving you while you're still gone. Still loving you, still loving you, still loving you, still loving you while you're still gone.
In a world, there was one man, Tim Kelly, and there was only one radio station, Indie Country Radio.
I just sing me I can almost smell my mama's southern cooking. Cast iron skillets on the fire. Hear those Sunday church bells ringing. Hallelujah sings the choir. Sometimes I get that lonesome feeling. I ain't got the time and it's too far to drive. When I need a dose of down-home healing, all I have to do is close my eyes and I sing me home. I just sing me home. I can see that boat dock on the river where she kissed me that first time. It still burns inside me like an ember when I hear that old steel guitar whine. Sometimes I get that lonesome feeling. I ain't got the time and it's too far to drive. When I need a dose of down-home healing, all I have to do is close
is young Michael Schott from North Carolina. His latest single is a hit song right there called Sing Me Home. He's doing it, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 15 minutes left in the show and lots more great country music on the radio tonight. Man, I love playing his stuff. He is 13 years young musical prodigy. He was a special guest on my show last April the 4th, and we're waiting on our second radio interview to air. That is coming up later on this summer as well. This next artist and I just finished another great radio interview. It's getting ready to air later on this summer. He is 17 years young from Texarkana, Texas. My good friend Anthony Price and his latest single out to radio called Trying to Make a Name on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
Traveling down the interstate, chasing a neon dream, but it's a different set of white lines, but they all look the same. Well, I just crossed another county line, got a few more miles to go. I'll just keep these old wheels turning and turn up the radio. Somewhere north of Dallas, headed into Old Town. I'll be playing there till midnight when the drinks run out. And when I'm through here singing, I'll be on the road again. And I'll be somewhere around the Lone Star State, trying to make a name. I spend driving give me lots of time to think about this crazy life I'm living. It can drive you to the brink. There's someone on the radio fueling this crazy dream. They'll help me to the next town and help to keep me sane. Somewhere south of Dallas, headed into San Antonio. I'll be playing there till midnight when the drinks run out. And when I'm through here singing, I'll be on the road again. And I'll be somewhere around the Lone Star State, trying to make a name. Well, I'm somewhere west of Dallas, headed into Abilene. I'll be playing there till midnight when the drinks run out. And when I'm through here singing, I'll be on the road again. And I'll be somewhere around the Lone Star State, trying to make a name.
Nobody knows new country
like we know new country.
Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
They met one late summer and one great summer year. He was all she needed, she was all he feared. They met meshed together quickly like corresponding colors. Soon she danced in his head at night. He stopped thinking of others, but fearing she would leave him, he turned and he fled. Then thinking she might grieve him, he turned back instead. Too late, Mr. Lonesome, she dances for some other. Her satin skin and sunshine grin you'll never more discover. Like clever wind her love swirled in and softly blew your cover. Too late, Mr. Lonesome, you may never find another. That feeling when you're leaving left him way down in the pits. His direction sense was broken, his outlook an abyss. He missed her so completely and prayed to be released, especially every morning when waking to no peace. His lonely days last longer as he gropes to find their end. He hopes to someday reach her and take her hand again. Too late, Mr. Lonesome, she dances for some other. Her satin skin and sunshine grin you'll never more discover. Like clever wind her love swirled in and softly blew your cover. Too late, Mr. Lonesome, you may never find another. Just go for the gusto. Call and ask her how she's been. You'd think even a blind man could reason that she'd never again see him. Too late, Mr. Lonesome, she dances for some other. Her satin skin and sunshine grin you'll never more discover. Like clever wind her love swirled in and softly blew your cover. Too late, Mr. Lonesome, you may never find another. Too late, Mr. Lonesome. Too late, Mr. Lonesome. You may never find another.
You're listening to New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Boys, you go on, drink one for me. My happy hours at home. Yeah, she just called, laugh if you want. But I'm out of here 'cause I know she's waiting for me at our table for two on our own private dance floor. And I'm telling you, she's the best kitchen dancer in Texas. We'll waltz it home tonight. I'll move the chairs aside, she'll dim the lights. Then the luckiest man takes the hand of the best kitchen dancer 'Cause when she's in this mood, I know it's one of those nights that I can't do without. Yeah, we're going dancing, but we're not going out. She's the best kitchen dancer. We'll waltz at home tonight. I'll move the chairs aside. She'll dim the lights. Then the luckiest man takes the hand of the best kitchen dancer in Texas. I might lose time, but I know she don't mind. If I miss a beat, she looks at me like I'm the best kitchen dancer in Texas. We'll waltz at home tonight. I'll move the chairs aside. She'll dim the lights. Then the luckiest man takes the hand of the best kitchen dancer in Texas. Such a lucky man takes the hand of the best kitchen dancer in Texas.
His name is Sonny Thornall, and that is called Best Kitchen Dancer in Texas. Before that, my good friend Jason Cole and his great song called Mr. Lonesome. I wasn't lonesome tonight. I had lots of people in here hanging out with me and listening to the program, and all 3 hours long, some of you. I appreciate that as well. Both Sonny and Jason are going to be special guests upcoming on the Tim Kelly Show on some great interviews as well, so be sure to look for those this summer. I want to thank my special guest, Bertie Nichols, tonight, and also Luke J. Lett for being on the program. You guys were awesome, and those shows, or interviews rather, will end up in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives on the top of the homepage of the website at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye now.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I
rock and roll.